Hi, Abigail. It's good to be with you here today. I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your time in the White House with John. How are things in the White House?
Things are good, although I'm not there half of the time considering I have to be back harvesting my crops and taking care of my 4 kids and my health. So,
Wow, it sounds like a really busy time for you.
very big hassle for me.
Sounds like it. What kind of crops do you harvest down in fall?
Corn and cotton.
Really do that yourself, or do you
We
have
have
helpers?
slaves. We have slave owners.
Slaves.
We have
Okay,
slaves,
slaves. Okay, so you're the second First Lady in America. How does it feel to follow up George and Martha Washington?
I feel like I have greatly contributed to this nation in terms of women's rights. I'm a women's activist.
Okay, how have you contributed to women's rights?
I am improving the education in young girls considering it's not equal to the men in this nation, and I feel like it's an overall problem that we are facing. So I think feminism really needs to play a role into this country.
That's very, very brave of you, very radical for this time period. So what about your education growing up? How was it in equation to men's?
Actually, it was very poor. I was self-taught at home, so I didn't have an education or school facility like men did. So I feel like me stepping into this nation and helping women's education will be beneficial in the long run.
That's very brave of you and very radical. Now,
Thank you.
How does John view this? Do you and him disagree on many issues?
We do disagree on many issues, and at first he wasn't as supportive of the idea, but I did allow him to implement a constitution, and my famous quote, "Remember the ladies,"
Of course.
which is still around, many people use it, just advocates for women's rights and education, and John Adams did end up agreeing and passing the constitution that women should go to school and get an
Yes,
education.
they should. I agree 100%, and that's very brave of you to stand up in such a patriarchal society.
And it's very controversial.
It really is.
A lot of people don't agree, but I'm a feminist.
Well, it was really nice talking to you. Very nice to have this conversation
You too.
with
Thank
you.
you so much.
I wish you and John the best.
Hi Thomas, I'm Jenny Rock, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So I have a couple questions here to ask you, is that okay?
All right.
So where are you from, Thomas Paine?
I was born on February 9th, 1737 in Bedford, England, to Francis Cock and Joseph Paine.
Alright, next question. How does it feel like to be living during the war?
Frankly, it's a real pain. People really don't get the idea of patriotism.
What do you mean?
They really don't take the initiative to try to go against the British Parliament, which frankly I think is very stupid.
Okay, and I read somewhere that you wrote Common Sense, right?
I did.
Can you tell me a little bit about that, please?
It is a pamphlet that I wrote in 1774. And it's mainly to get the people to revolt against the British Parliament and to want to overthrow King George III and to make sure that we are doing our part in the war and hopefully win it, because we need to.
Okay, well, Thomas, you do seem like a great leader, and I have another question. What would you encourage Americans to do regarding that whole common sense?
Really just to take initiative in the war. I mean, I feel like we're not really showing our full potential of what we can do. I mean, in common sense, it's in plain English of how we can do these things, and I really think that anyone can understand it and can definitely go for it.
Okay, so going back to your childhood, can you tell me a little bit about like your whole childhood?
Well, my father was a Quaker, and I lived with him and my mother, and then I was educated early as a child, but then I went to work.
Did you go to college?
I did not.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I actually did not attend college, but I became an author and a philosopher.
Oh, wow. Well, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you for
you
your
too.
time.
Thank you so
See ya.
much. But it's
Hey,
all
Thomas,
common
sorry
sense.
to interrupt you and Abigail. Sorry, Abigail. Can I ask Thomas a question real quick?
Remember the ladies.
So, what do you have to say about those who don't advocate against like freedom or don't like the war?
Well, those who expect to reap the blessings of freedom, like men, must undergo the stresses of supporting it.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about the people who do advocate? I just want to like recap that.
Well done, and I hope they keep doing so, because if they do, we'll definitely win this war.
Do you have like any tips, like any quick tips you can give them?
Definitely read Common Sense.
Okay. How long is it? Is it pretty long?
It's only a pamphlet, so maybe 4 little flaps.
Okay, so it'll take them a couple minutes.
Yes.
Okay,
It's really not a very hard read. It's in plain English, I promise.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Now,
Thank you.
That was the last question.
Of course.
See ya. Actually, Abigail, now since we're all here, can I ask you a real quick question?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so since John isn't in office anymore, Where do y'all live?
Well, we moved back to my hometown, Weymouth, Massachusetts, and I didn't mention it in the last interview, but I am expecting a fifth
I
child.
can tell. That's
Yes,
awesome.
we are 6 months along the way. Although my health isn't in great condition.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the doctors say that the baby isn't growing as properly as it should, but I still have hope and faith that this baby is going to turn out all right, and I'm not going to have a miscarriage.
Yeah.
And it's gonna
I'm
be
gonna
okay.
give you my prayers for
Thank
sure.
you. Yeah.
Okay, well, it was really nice to meet you.
Oh, you too.
I hope
Thank
your
you.
baby is perfectly
Oh,
fine.
thank you. Yes.
I'll see
All
you
right,
later.
you have a good
Goodbye.
night.
You too. Oh, Thomas, hello, it's Jenny Robb from Virginia.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Well, I'll see you. Okay. So can I ask you a couple of questions? I just had a couple questions to ask.
Sure.
So where were you born?
I was born in Shadwell, Virginia on April 13th, 1743,
All right. So what are you doing right here?
signing the Declaration of Independence.
Oh, that's. Can I see it? What's in there?
Well, it's, declaring the rights of individual man and our freedom from the oppressors, Great Britain.
Okay. So what else have you done other than this nice declaration? I see.
Well, I didn't really think that there was much else to do besides develop the entire Declaration of Independence, but apparently, since that's not enough, I also almost single-handedly established the University of Virginia. So you might have heard
I've
of
actually
it.
been there before.
Wow, I didn't know women could go to school. That's interesting.
So Thomas, do you have any hobbies you would like to share with me?
Well, I like to hunt and fish. I really like birds.
Oh, anything special about birds? Why?
They can fly away.
Oh.
Take the hint.
All right. Well, next question. Since you are one of the founding fathers of America, who's your favorite one to work with?
Besides me,
I
guess John Adams is sufficient for the job.
All right. So, how was being president for a couple of years?
Well, it was interesting. I had all the power I wanted, which was great.
Okay.
And I liked ruling in a democratic fashion as opposed to a tyranny.
Did you have any first lady or wife?
Yes, I was married to Martha Wales.
Wait, isn't that your cousin? I read that somewhere.
I don't want to talk about it.
So you and your cousin have any kids?
Yes, we had 10, and unfortunately I lost the love of my life after the 10th one. It was a little too much for her to bear.
I'm sorry about that. So where are you living now, Thomas?
I live in Monticello, Virginia. It's where I retired to.
Alone?
No, I have, it's myself and my 135 helpers or slaves. They're
Where'd you get
slaves.
them from?
Africa?
Did you inherit them?
Sure,
Oh.
sure did.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting you.
Can we agree that energy and persistence conquers all? As declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin. Can we agree that energy and persistence conquers all? As declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin.
Yeah, I've been making some predictions, some laws, some quotes. Pursuing life, liberty, happiness, take some notes. Cause after all the arguing, revolting and fighting, then there was debating, planning and writing. And here comes Jefferson and his declaration. Mr. J is President 3 of this nation. Now before Jefferson was in the White House, came President Adams along with his spouse. Now Abigail was made a very bold First Lady. Woman's activist, that's what I'm told. She loved John Adams and he loved her true. She said, remember ladies, he said, I love you. So listen, listen before it's too late. We got a ways to go, gotta stop this hate. Mr. Patrick Henry says without regret, give me liberty or give me death.
Can we agree that energy and persistence conquers all? As declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin. Can we agree that energy and persistence conquers all? As declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin.
Somebody listen to Thomas Paine. He brought a common sense, he brought a real plain. He wanted me to think about what's going on then. Yeah, fight against the king and his parliament. It's all there in English for Americans. Here's what he tried to say to fix this up again. Yeah, there must be law tomorrow, but let it be in my day. Then maybe, yo, maybe we will have better days with better politics that won't be a crime game. We have it in our power to begin the world again. So go right out there and begin a new story. Fill it up with pain, fill it up with glory. Your morals will be tested, people may be arrested, but all in all, these people surely will good. So here we all stand trying to reach these goals, because these are the times that try men's souls. Try men's souls.
And that energy and persistence conquers all, as declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin. Can we agree that energy and persistence conquers all, as declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin. Can we agree that energy and persistence conquers all, as declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin. Can we agree that energy and persistence conquers all, as declared by Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin, Ben Franklin. As declared by Ben Franklin. As declared by Ben Franklin. Conquer all. As declared by Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin.
All right.
Keep you in my prayers.
In these times, you know, technology isn't a thing.
Technology isn't real! You don't know what.
Women's rights. I'm a women's advocate.
Can he?
Say the 50 song again.
Then maybe we will have better days. With better politics, that will be a crowd game.
Y'all gonna have to redo that.
Sorry.